Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 camos in Call of Duty Zombies. So this is anything that could be added to your weapon within Call of Duty Zombies that, in my eyes, are either camos that are really rare to find or you don't see them around anymore. They were only available for a short period of time, or you had to do something special to get a hold of them, and they are really no longer attainable at this time. Now, I would bet that maybe a few of these camos you've either never seen or maybe only seen once or twice, because these are really hard to get your hands on, and I was very lucky to get a hold of some of these as well. But this is just going to be my opinion of top 5 camos that I think are super rare in Call of Duty Zombies. And if there's any camo that you think is really rare as well that should have made the list, please do let me know in the comment section down below. And also, guys, I did make a second channel which I am streaming daily on, so that link will be in the description. I highly advise you guys go and give that a look if you're interested, and subscribe there. We just hit at 1K subs, so thank you very much for that. And also, if you guys end up enjoying this video, make sure you leave a like. That would be sick. We'll go for 750 likes. That would be awesome. And subscribe if you are brand new to the channel for more videos and live streams similar to this one as well. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the top 5 camos in Call of Duty Zombies. So coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be the Cherry Fizz camo from Black Ops 3. And as you can see on all these guns that I have right now, it is this beautiful pink camo that sort of looks like a drink or like a soda with bubbles in it and everything, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, the way that you obtained this camo back in BO3 is they had a small event during the summer. I believe it was only for like a couple days or a weekend or something like that. It was a very, very short window of time that you could attain this in supply drops, and it was literally random. So you'd have to go and spend your crypto keys, open up a bunch of drops, and just pray you get Cherry Fizz. There was really no way to guarantee that you obtain this kind of thing, but if you did, if you're lucky enough to get it, it was absolutely awesome. I think the drop rate was pretty high on it, just so, you know, if you opened up a few drops here and there, you'd be pretty almost inclined to get it. But I think it looks absolutely incredible, and I definitely had to put it up here. What's really cool about this camo is that you do see it, I mean, kind of often, but you know that if somebody is rocking Cherry Fizz, then they were playing and they were grinding during that time when it was available, and they were able to obtain this. But I pretty much rock it on almost every single one of my Zombies weapons, and even the fact that you obtain it in multiplayer and you can still wear it in Zombies is awesome. And that's what a lot of recent games are kind of lacking in that regard, is that you can get a gun from MP and then also put it on your weapon kits in Zombies. And I don't think really World War II has done an amazing job with camos. We'll talk about that later, and why there's not really so many pics of World War II in my top favorite camos just in Zombies in general. And again, what makes this camo so rare is that if you didn't play Black Ops 3 during this time, there is absolutely no way you can go back and get it now, unfortunately. I wish there was a way you could still obtain it in supply drops, but they literally removed it from the game if you did not capitalize on trying to get that camo at that point in time. It's just gone forever. So that's why Cherry Fizz had to take the number 5 spot in this list. So now, moving on to our number 4 spot. So now, coming in at our number 4 spot, we have Director's Cut camo from Infinite Warfare. Now, not a lot of people even know this exists, surprisingly. I asked just a few casual players of Infinite Warfare if they knew what the Director's Cut camo was, or, you know, if they've seen this in Zombies before, and most of the replies is that they had no idea it was even a thing. So, what this camo is, you can pretty much see it on screen right now. It's an absolutely sick, like a ritual camo that changes colors from blue, white, and red, and it flashes all over your gun. It's a very dynamic camo, which I think is really cool, but the way that you obtain this camo is quite difficult. So what you need to do is play through every single Infinite Warfare Zombies map and do the Easter egg. So once you complete all the quests, then you unlock something called Director's Cut. And once Director's Cut's enabled, this essentially allows you to have a lot of points when you spawn in, and you come in with all perks, everything like that. It makes the game a little bit easier. And then when you go through all of the Easter eggs once again, but in Director's Cut mode, so you do the maps all over again, all 4, or I guess 5, if you really want to call it that, and then you finally get up to Mephistopheles and beat the devil. Once you've done that, then you finally have access to Director's Cut camo. You can add it to any of your weapons, even multiplayer, or rock it just on every single Zombies gun. And to be honest, this camo is, I don't know how many percentage-wise of like the player base has this camo, but I'd say it's a little, maybe less than 1%, because it's such a daunting task to do all of this stuff and obtain this camo that if you've seen a public lobby, then you know whoever's rocking it has done a lot of Infinite Warfare in their life. And I wear this camo on almost every single gun in Zombies now, because it's really like a pride of, like, you know, it's a token of pride at this point, because I like camos where you really have to grind for something, and it's a measure of skill if you obtain a camo, rather than just unlocking it out of a supply drop, or, you know, something like that, something random that anybody can get their hands on. If you have Director's Cut, you know that you've done a good job on Infinite Warfare, and you've actually put in time and work to obtain this thing, and you almost get respect if somebody sees you rocking this as well. But that's why I had to put the Director's Cut camo from Infinite Warfare Zombies at the number 4 spot, because it is just absolutely gorgeous. So now we can go into our number 3 spot on this list. Now coming in at the number 3 spot, we've got a camo that's pretty near and dear to my heart. This is the Call of Duty XP camo from 2016. So you guys might not even know what this is or have even seen this in your life. That's because it was very, very exclusive, and it came with a nice little calling card if you're able to attain this as well, not just a camo. But basically how you got this one is if you attended Call of Duty XP in 2016, then basically with your ticket or any sort of purchase that you got, you would get a download code that would either be sent to your email or something like that to download this camo, and very few people ever have this. I think I've only seen one other person use this. I think I saw it in a public lobby or something, or if you see somebody with a calling card, you know that they attended Call of Duty XP in LA, and that event honestly was incredible. This was the first time I ever got to personally meet Jason Blundell, all the developers at Treyarch, and every time I look at this camo, if I'm playing within in a game, it just reminds me of going back to that time and meeting all those guys for the first time. It was honestly just a humbling experience to meet all the devs who make my favorite game that I play every single day, and sort of get their insight on to, what's going on in their mind, what happens at the studio, and just stories that they would tell. Was a super rewarding experience. And every time I wear this camo, like, I just get that little flashback of the first time meeting Blundell, the first time meeting Dan Bunting, or just something like that. And you can no longer obtain this camo, and even if there is another Call of Duty XP, it's not like they'd give you this one back, so it's gone if you didn't get to the event. But that's why it had to come in as one of the rarest camos in all of Call of Duty Zombies. But let me know in the comment section if any of you guys have the COD XP camo. If you do, everybody, definitely let people know, because this is such a rare one that it had to be included, or else this would not be a good top 5 list. It had to be in here, and so that's why it takes the number 3 spot. But coming at the number 2 spot is something that I find maybe even a little bit more rare. So now taking our number 2 spot on this list is going to be Cyborg camo from Black Ops 3, or I guess you could say this was originally from Black Ops 2. I don't know how many of you guys actually played BO2 back in the day, but when they started to release these other micro DLC camos, or they started to make camos that you could just purchase for real money, Cyborg was one of them, and it was a fan favorite aside from 115, Dragon camo, and of course Cyborg. And at the beginning of BO3, or just before it came out, I actually remember Treyarch taking a poll and asking fans which camo from BO2 they would like to see return, and I think it was between Cyborg, Dragon, 115, and then something else, but the last two didn't make it to the game, which they could have, and I know Dragon camo was one of them, but I forget the last one. If somebody knows, please let me know in the comment section, because it's driving me up a wall. But it was a very, very old post, but they did bring back Cyborg camo, and the way to get this is you had to pre-order, I believe, either the hardened edition of the game or get a code for it if you bought the Juggernaut edition. It was something that you had to get a certain really special copy of the game if you wanted to download Cyborg, and I don't see this thing at all now. It's not maybe the most beautiful camo in the world. Like, it does look really nice, especially on certain guns, because the texture is cool. It almost looks like a rubber overlay with like a robotic glow to it. I don't know how to really describe it, but you can see this gameplay. It looks pretty neat. But how many people actually have this camo in Black Ops 3? Or maybe you didn't even know this was a thing. If you didn't know, let me know in the comment section too. But this was originally from the Black Ops 2 camo DLC, I guess, that they threw into BO3 sort of remastered. But I hardly see it ever nowadays. I don't rock it on too many guns. I put it on for this gameplay, and I almost forgot I even had it when I was making this video. I was looking through camos to sort of, put on this list, and this one stuck out to me. It's like, yo, you have this camo, and probably not a lot of people do. So you might as well throw it up in the list, and there you guys go. But that is going to be Cyber camo coming in at the number 2 spot, and then taking our number 1 is something that is probably number 1 my favorite camo, and is probably just as rare, if not rarer, than Cyborg. Now coming in at our number 1 spot for rarest camo in Call of Duty Zombies, I think you guys saw this one coming, especially since this video is for me, but is going to be the weaponized 115, this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful green camo. Now what this is sort of a spin-off from both BO2 and BO3 in a way. Like, it came from Black Ops 2 Origins originally, the blue camo from Pack-a-Punch, and they redid like the color for it and made it green for multiplayer. You could download this and you could buy it and rock it on your guns in MP, and then this was one of the camos that they brought back for one of these special editions in BO3 that you could rock for either multiplayer or zombies, and this is my favorite camo, number 1 in the game, and I think it is one of the rarest as well. What's incredible is that even still to this day, when I'm streaming and I'm using a gun with this camo on it, people ask me, what camo is that and how did you get it? And it just goes to show how, like, unheard of this one is. And when people see it, like, this guy's been playing since day 1, and he's definitely got one of the most special editions of BO3 on his hands. It honestly looks absolutely gorgeous on any gun. There's not a gun that I could take in BO3 and put this camo and be like, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it, because it will take any sort of model and completely cover in this amazing green. And I'm not really sure if I like the blue or green better versions, but obviously the blue is only obtainable if you're playing Origins and Pack-a-Punch. That'd be kind of nice if we had that as another camo that we could just have regularly as well, but right now it's just this green 115, but it's super rare to get your hands on right now, and you might be able to still get this if you want it, but you really have to do some digging. Someone would have to have a leftover download code from the game that they did not use, so maybe if you check Amazon or something like that. And the same thing goes for Cyborg, I guess, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't count on anything. I think they're all well and gone now, especially after this long of time. But guys, that is going to be the top 5 rarest camos, in my opinion, in Call of Duty Zombies. If there's any camos that you thought should have made the list, make sure you let me know in the comment section right now. The only reason why I didn't include some things from World War II, especially like the Twitch Prime camo, is just because it's so new, and there's not really a lot of cool camos in World War II just yet. I'm hoping they change it, but I know a lot of these were from Treyarch, but honestly, Treyarch Studios knocks it out of the park every single time with their camos you can add to your guns and just the overall customization. But guys, that's going to be the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are brand new to the channel, and let me know if you want another category for a top 5 that I will be glad to make. Let me know in the comment section what you're all thinking, but thank you guys so much for watching once again. Make sure you go ahead and check out the second channel too if you have not done so. Link will be down over in the description box, but thank you guys so much once again. I appreciate it a ton, and I'll see you all on the next live stream or the next video. Peace out.